Hello hunters, today's shows are sponsored by 𝗬page Network. Go to www.𝗬page.network to find a solution to all social media management and automation. Welcome to South America Horror Story, Season 1, Episode 1. On today's episode, she always was haunted by a strange old woman. Today's report story is not very long, let's say it is a medium report. This story came from ours Ant Reporter. Of course, all voices and names were altered to preserve the identity of ours report and their families. Let's hear what our report has to say.
Hi, my name is Anna. I will be telling the story on the first person. My aunt only told me the details of this tale after much insistence from me. She doesn't like to talk about it because it brings scary memories. I hope you all enjoy the story, hunters. I was a girl who from a very young age who loved strange things and beyond. I never was afraid of the supernatural. Every time I grew older more I needed something more terrifying, because the previous ones no longer scared me. I needed more. I liked feeling the adrenaline of fear. The fear made me felt like I was inside a scary movie. I had the immense eagerness to try something from another dimension. Also, since I was a kid my mom never cared about me watching every horror movie available to me. So, when I turned 10, the first time I saw something supernatural, I found out that seemed normal to me. And well, because what I saw wasn't anything extraordinary. It was a woman who looked like a street woman, all dirty and a little disfigured. The only thing out the ordinary was her eyes were totally black out and the skin color of a corpse. Well, then I thought, what that woman wants with me. She just appeared from nowhere. After that, when she appeared, she always called me to follow her on a dirt path that led to the field behind the woods. I never paid attention to her. Actually, besides her weirdness, I haven't realized that she was from another world. Maybe because teenager never pays attention to what old people have to say. The time went by, around 7 years, and every day she appeared, or at the window, or near to that hiking path. Sometimes, but rarely, she appeared in the mirror. Once I even got to talk to my mother about it. But every time she said that I was watching too many horror movies. So, I thought it was just a matter of prayer, and she would leave me alone. On day around midnight, after watching a horror movie as always, I went to the bed, and remembered the prayer I was supposed to say. First, I knelt and I opened my mouth to pray, but before I could say a word someone threw a huge stone at my window. Apparently I was the only one who heard that. My first reaction was immediately open the window, to see what that had happened. I looked on one side, I looked on the other, and didn't saw anything, or no one. I closed the window, and I went to the kitchen, to drink a glass of water, and when I went back to my room, I lay down, and felt someone rub my hand. My head, like was taking care of me. I thought it was in a dream. But the rotten smell that was in my room was real, like if there were a dead animal near me. Therefore, this was the first time I felt real fear. I gradually turned around in my bed, and I saw that woman I always saw, but this time she was there. Too close to me. "You know that you don't belong here, girl. You never like there, but running away here was not a good option." And I said, "But where? Where are you talking about?" And she disappeared right in front of me. I took a deep breath, and I said to myself, "Calm down, that was just a dream." I was so nervous that I went back to the kitchen to drink more water. Then it was when everything got even scarier. I ran to my mother's room and said to her,
"Mom, can I sleep here today?"
She smiled and said yes. I lied down next to her and started to tell what had happened. "You know, Mom, I don't think fear is that exciting anymore," and she burst out laughing at me. I turned my back around in anger because she was laughing at me, and then she said, "Do you think staying here will improve? You know that sooner or later you will have to follow me dearly." She started to laugh non-stopping. I screamed in fear when I looked at my mom, and she had the same blackout eyes of the old lady and a bloody mouth. A diabolical scene, way worse than the horror movies I watched. I ran out of the room fastest I could. On my way out I saw a girl standing outside the door. She took in my hand, and we ran towards the front door, and then outside the house. Once we were outside everything was different. The only thing I can compare to is like the Stranger Things scenario. Everything that was beautiful in my street was destroyed. I could hear voices and cries of despair, but you could not know where it came from. Following that, I asked the girl, "What is this? Why does everything look like this? You have to tell me. Where are those screams coming from?" She screamed,
"Shut up and run."
So, we ran until I arrived at a weird cabin. I sat on a chair that was there. My heart was racing, and I still could hear the screams outside. I looked at my cell phone with no signal.
Why did you have to go look for things when you felt everything got weird?
Do you think I was going to stay quiet after I saw the same woman, who mysterious appeared to me for more than 7 years laying down with me in my bed? And she continued.
Your story here in 7 Circles was very difficult. You suffered too much. I don't know how a good soul like you was taken to that place.
My only reaction was a laugh. This is just a bad dream. And she continued.
The weird, strange woman that you always see is your aunt. Before you left, you were tortured, punished night and day, until something got you out of here. Nobody knows. You reincarnated and became what it is today. But still pending issues of the past that still haunt you even in your new life. But it has nothing to do with your current life.
So, what you're saying is that I've been here, and I don't remember what is this place. And she continued.
Yes, this is 7 Circles, and you need to return to your place, or you will get lost, and forget from where you came. The portal closes soon, and everything changes quickly.
I couldn't understand anything anymore, because I started to get flashes in my head, crying memories, anguish as if I had belonged to that place. The cries and anguish I was hearing were mine from another time. The girl took me by the hand and brought me to a wishing well, and like always from nowhere that aunt I never met appeared. She grabbed my arm and started to drag me down to a path. She was followed by the other 7 spirits. They looked like guard dogs. They growled and acted like they wanted to eat my flesh, as if they were very hungry. I was extremely scared. I could barely move or resist. The aunt locked me in a room with those 7 spirits. They camped there at the bedroom door. The room had no light, and without knowing what would happen to me, I started to pray, right there in that dark place. I prayed, and prayed, and prayed like never had before. At that rotten-smelling place something pulls me through the wall, and for my relief was the little girl. The 7 spirits at the entrance started to alerting the old woman. They came running after me, and the girl, and this time I felt in my bones they were not coming to get me back to my torture. They wanted to destroy us. I was so scared, and it wasn't a dream. Unfortunately, everything felt very real. My phone fell on the way, and disappeared in the total darkness. The 7 spirits got to the girl first and devoured her. Everything was so fast, the only thing she had time to scream was,
"Jump in the wishing well."
I jumped inside, and wake up with my window open at 3 in the morning. During the day I looked for my cell phone in the entire house, and it was never found it again. Nowadays, I live taking anxiety pills. I have the panic syndrome, and I am constantly afraid of some portal to 7 Circles open near me again. Don't want to know about the supernatural. Until these days I still having dreams about my past life in 7 Circles. Dream or not, that night felt extremely real.
Wow guys, what do you think? Do you think the 7th circle is this real? Or if anybody had a similar experience, maybe a dream, whatever, tweet us your thoughts to @SAHTFX with the hashtag #SAHTFX_S1E1. Do you believe there exist spirits that want to take us to those places and others who want to help you get out of there? Well, I don't know. What I know is if you have a horror story or a scary tale, you can share with us. Send an email to sahtfx@email.com. Download our app to be notified when a new episode drops, or access our website sahtfx.wepage.network. Y'all stay safe. Thank you for listening.
Shout outs to 𝗪𝗠, who composed the dark music royalty-free used on this episode. And special shout outs to our patrons who contribute monthly to South American Horror Tales Anthology podcast series. Thank you, Victor, Anna, Emily, and everybody who contributed.